Hey everyone, this is Derek with OPTP. Today we're going to talk a little bit about forward head posture and start to look at some mobility exercises using our foam roller that we can do to help bring the head back over the trunk where it belongs and improve the overall alignment of our spine to improve our posture. So I have my black axis roller here. We're going to be going through 4 mobility exercises. Let's get started. Okay, so through each of these 4 exercises, we're going to be looking at either creating more mobility / range of motion in the mid and upper back, or creating length across the anterior aspect of our body. These 2 things will really help open up our posture and help give us that range of motion or mobility to get the head back over the trunk where it belongs. So we're going to start with an activation exercise for the mid upper back. This is going to be a rowing movement that we do. I've got my black axis roller here, which is a great choice for all these exercises. I'm going to get a nice neutral stance here, and I'm going to hip hinge forward. Now with a nice neutral back here, again, we're going to focus first on creating some activation in that mid and upper back. So I'm going to create a little bit of pressure, squeezing inward on the roller to start. My spine is nice and neutral, my shoulders are relaxed, and I'm going to try to bring that roller back with my elbows tucked in to my belly button. This is going to help keep my shoulders down. Little pause, little squeeze there, and then lower back down. Really focusing on creating that activation across the mid and upper back. So it's really easy, if I'm not conscious of those back muscles working, to just use my arms and do this all day, right? But I really want you to focus on squeezing the mid back there. This is what's going to start to create that activation and start to help bring some awareness to those postural muscles so that we can further create some length and strength across those areas in future exercises. So 15 to 20 repetitions here, and then we would move on. Okay, for the second exercise, we're going to get in a very similar position as we were in the first exercise. I'm going to turn to the side here slightly so you can see a little bit better, but I'm going to bring my feet just under my hips. I'm going to hip hinge forward again, pushing those hips back, finding that nice neutral spine. I've got the roller grasp on each end. Now with the nice neutral spine and the shoulders relaxed here, we're going to do an overhead lift while maintaining this spine angle. So as I lift overhead, I'm creating activation and length across all the lateral aspects of the body and even into the front, into the chest as well. So as we lift, we're going to want to make sure that we're not going to a point of major discomfort or pain. So stop short of that if you are feeling a lot of tightness or pain, especially if you're getting pain in your upper traps and neck. And just create that length. Make sure you're breathing. We're going to want to do this one about 15 to 20 times. And another little cue that can really help enhance the stretch here is focusing on pushing the roller away from your body each time you create that lift overhead. But again, don't do it to the point where it causes any major level of pain or major level of discomfort. So 15 to 20 times here, then we're going to move on to mobility technique number 3. Okay, so for mobility technique number 3, we're going to hip hinge forward again. The roller is going to be placed on end out in front of our body. And make sure it's at arm's length. So as you hip hinge forward, you might have to inch it out a little bit further from your body. You're gonna drive pressure down into the roller through the palm and then direct it towards the earth, all right? As I hip hinge forward, I'm gonna orient my gaze down towards the floor here or towards the grass so that my spine stays neutral. Now, as I'm putting pressure into this hand, I'm gonna take the free hand here and I'm gonna reach underneath the body out in this direction towards the side with the roller as far as I comfortably can, really loading into that hip, really stretching all the fascia and connective tissue in that hip as I drive and displace my body weight over towards that side. And then I'm just gonna shift and open things up in the other direction, up towards the sky or towards the ceiling, and then I'm gonna repeat. So really moving the body weight from side to side here as I shift and reach, still putting pressure down into this roller. As I lift, I'm letting my body weight drop down, creating length across the chest, bringing it up towards the sky, opening everything up here. This is a great mobility technique. It's comfortable for most people. It's super safe and effective for getting all those postural muscles loose and activated. Okay, so for the 4th and final mobility technique here, I'm gonna grab the roller on either end again. Feet just underneath the hips. Hip hinge forward, nice neutral spine, gaze oriented down to start. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna rotate. And as I rotate, my gaze can kind of follow the roller here, but I'm gonna drive it up. I'm gonna push the roller up towards the sky or towards the ceiling with that bottom hand, and I'm gonna really focus on expanding the chest. and then I'm gonna come down and repeat on the other side. Push with that bottom arm up, expand the chest, maintain the spine angle. After you've done this a few times and you've gotten into a nice rhythm, you can start to shift the body weight from side to side as well, getting into those hips. And this is just a great mobility technique to get everything along the front side of the body kind of loosened up. So do this one nice and rhythmically again, 10 to 15 times on each side. That will round out these 4 mobility exercises. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you want to learn more about the black axis roller, which isn't only great for mobility techniques like this, but if you appreciate a little deeper level of myofascial release, this firm foam roller will definitely deliver on that as well. Go to optp.com to learn more. Thanks.